I am not a liar. I have killed thousands. I have fed more drug fiends than the top 3 pharmaceutical companies combined. I have stolen children from parents, wives from husbands, wiped out entire generations. But lying, that I have never done. The rest are offenses against humanity. Lying is an offense against yourself. I am the head of the Santa Blanca organization, which you call a cartel. I had a dream. I dreamed of a land where we could grow our own coca, produce our own cocaine, where we could run our business free from interference from the police, the government, the army, the Yankees. In my dream, a woman's voice asked me,
Sueño, mijo, what if you had your own country?
Like Moses, I led my people to the promised land, Bolivia. We came here. We bought the coca fields. What we couldn't buy, we took. We bought the police, the military, the judges, the politicians. We were on the verge of becoming the government itself, on the razor's edge from fulfilling my dream. Of creating a narco-state. The nation of Santa Blanca.
Last week, a crude explosive detonated outside the U.S. Embassy in La Paz, Bolivia. 2 Marine Embassy guards were injured.
The agent they murdered. You knew him?
He was a friend of mine.
Sorry for your loss.
I could say it comes with a job, but it doesn't get any easier.
No, it doesn't. guess you've been down here a while?
I've been living as Karen Bowman, international aid worker, for just about 5 years. Means living rough, but as a cover, gets me out and about.
At least it comes with a chopper.
How'd you get in country? I flew in business class from Manaus. Hey, I'm refreshed and ready for work, right? I just hitched rides from Barranco, Peru. How about you?
I got on board a bus in Hui, Argentina, and drank all the way to Villazon. Nobody wants to deal with a drunk on the bus.
That explains why you smell like ass.
I've heard rumors about you guys. I was a rookie field officer in Moscow when the coup went down. There was talk you were involved?
It must have been someone else. We were never there.
It's not every day you get to meet an urban legend in the flesh.
Huh, you should tell that to my kid. Maybe he'd listen when I tell him to take the trash out.
Is it hard being someone who doesn't officially exist?
You tell me, Karen Bowman, international aid worker.
I'm sure you've seen the horrible, fucked up shit humans are capable of when there are zero repercussions. But let me tell you right now, no matter how you compartmentalize, how you desensitize, you can't prepare for El Sueño. He's got a religious streak that rates pretty close to delusional. He's taken vows of poverty, chastity. If he's not in it for the chocha or the money, he's in it for the power. This joint task force is CIA, DEA, JSOC. I'm your resident spook for this ride. Welcome to Operation Kingslayer.
Our briefing said there'd be a contingent of locals.
The Guitarist 26. They're a group of rebels who've been giving Unidad and Santa Blanca some resistance. We'll meet their leader, Pakatari, as soon as we touch down. Bolivians have a long history of hating us Yankees, but this time, let's hope the enemy of my enemy will be my friend. But don't turn your back on him. I'm not going to.
Soldiers. This is the help you promised? That Sandoval promised? A single Yankee died, so you send a handful of soldiers. Hundreds of Bolivians have died from Santa Blanca's bullets. Where will my hundreds of soldiers come from?
As Americans, we aren't here, remember? These soldiers are the best covert ops team our country has to offer. With their help, you won't need hundreds of soldiers.
Are you familiar with the word hubris, Senora Bowman?
Meet Pakatari, leader of the resistance group Guitarist 26. We will be working with the rebels to destabilize Santa Blanca's organization. They've been fighting Santa Blanca and corrupt Bolivian officials for nearly 6 years now. We'll need to coordinate targets.
There's no time for this. We have information on Amaru's whereabouts.
Amaru? You found him? Amaru is one of the founders of the Guitarist 26.
More than that, our group is founded on his ideas. Without his theories of an agrarian proletariat, there would be no organized resistance against Santa Blanca and the corruption in our government. Amaru must be saved. If you were to assist my people, it would do much to earn my confidence.
Where is he?
We do not know exactly. We know he's in this province and that there's a Santa Blanca lieutenant who knows where he is.
I'll put a call into the activity, see if they can dig more intel out of the airwaves. Start looking for that lieutenant and keep me informed of everything via sat phone. Good hunting.
Saving Amaru is important to our cause, Yankee. Make sure you don't kill the Santa Blanca lieutenant before you get the chance to ask him questions.
Time to earn your pay, people.
Put on your game faces.
I tell you, I'm not too comfortable working with Pakatari and these rebels. Their kind of ideology always ends up with more bodies in the ground.
What's your feeling on this op, Nomad?
End of the day, this is a revenge mission. We need to focus and get this done quick before we get stuck between local politics and the firestorm of cartel bullets. First objective, track down that Santa Blanca lieutenant so we can find Amaru.
Hooah! So these two Marines board a flight to Houston.
Marines and planes. This ought to be good.
No sooner had they settled down into their seats than an Army corporal comes down the aisle and took the seat next to them. So the corporal settles in, pulls off his boots, and gets comfortable. Now the two Marines take one look at this guy and decide they're going to have a little fun. After the plane's in the air, the Marine in the window seat turns to the corporal. "Hey, buddy," he says. "You mind grabbing a drink for me?" "No problem," the Army guy says, and hops up to get a drink from the flight attendant. While he's gone, the Marine takes one of the corporal's boots and spits in.
That's just nasty.
The corporal comes back with the Marine's drink. He's just getting comfortable again when the second Marine grins and says, "Hey, man, that drink sure looks good. You mind getting one for me, too?" And you know what? The corporal just grins. "You bet," he says, and hops right on up. As soon as he's gone, the Marine grabs the other boot and hawks a big old loogie right inside. The Marines sit back and enjoy their drinks now. A couple hours later, the bird touches down, and the corporal pulls on his boots. Right away, he knows what's happened. He turns to the jarheads, who are both giving him these shit-eating grins. How long must this go on? This hatred, this animosity, this spitting in boots and pissing in drinks.
Feast days of saints. Santa Muerte is a dark but central angel of death. And that representation of death affirms life. And life, real life. Not that habit of modern living. But la verdadera vida trembles with the force of the greatest thunderstorm, with the violence of the oceans. This is the experience that Santa Muerte embodies. Come to us and learn more about her. Come venerate her, adorarla y amarla. She will help you become the greatest person you could possibly be. Do not accept your life as it is. Become more. May Santa Muerte bless you. Amen.
Hey, did you hear the Pentagon had too many generals, so they decided to get rid of some of them?
About damn time.
Well, somebody with the Joint Chiefs came up with the idea of offering $10,000 of severance pay for each inch of the general's body. The generals could be measured any way they chose. An Air Force general goes first. He's a smart guy, so he says he wants to be measured from head to toe. They measure him and come up with 70 inches, so he accepts a severance of $700,000. Next up was an Army general. This guy says he wants to be measured from the tip of his right finger to the tip of his left finger. The measurement comes out to 80 inches. The Army general smiles and takes a severance of $800,000. So the two generals are mighty damn pleased with themselves. But this Marine general's been watching the whole thing, and after a couple minutes, he steps up and says, "You pukes are gonna measure me from the tip of my dick to the bottom of my balls."
Man, the Marine generals are kinky.
The men doing the measuring are confused. "Sir, are you sure you understand how this works?" "Just do it, maggot," the Marine general barks, and then he drops his trousers. Well, the two men get out the measuring tape, they steel their courage, and they get to work. So they start at the tip of his dick, but as they work their way down, they see the general's got no balls.
Plot twist.
One of the men says, "Sir, where are your balls?" "Left them back in Vietnam."
Frag out.
Frag out. Hold up, bitches.
drone is up.
Deploying the drone. We should have a PSYOP unit down here, don't you think? Or the MISO, or whatever they're called now.
Shit, there might be one here already for all we know. Bowman plays her cards close to the chest.
You don't think Bowman's got other operators out here?
You think the activity's just a bunch of chairborne rangers? They might not be throwing lead, but somebody else is out here. Hang on, I'll drive.
How can you be victorious in a spiritual battle if you do not believe in it? Tengan fe. Within the heart of every man, the good, the generous, the brave half of his heart struggles against the evil, the selfish, the cowardly half. Whether or not you are aware of it, whether or not you believe in the spiritual battle, those around you can see which side is winning, can feel if it is the good or the evil that wins. Accept the reality of this battle, hermanos. Cultivate the good and benevolent half of your heart, so that it will conquer the evil. But keep that evil half alive. God gave Lucifer his own kingdom. Let your evil reign in its prison, because you never know when you will need your heart.
To call many of you mis amigos. Some of you close to me have told me of concerns about the cartel. Concerns that I know you all share. I respect the Earth Mother Nuestra, Pachamama, as much as the rest of you. I have my entire life. I have taught this respect for Pachamama to my children, and I will teach it to their children. Pachamama must keep in balance and harmony with the cosmos. And that is why I am happy that our country is working with Santa Blanca. This is not the same secular industrialization that the gringos and their CIA have tried to force upon us. This Mexican organization, this Latin organization believes, as I do, that human beings are caretakers of our Earth, guardians of the land. And they believe that with proper management, we can find a way to benefit both man and La Madre Tierra. Santa Blanca is Bolivia's partner in caring for our Earth. This is for the future of Bolivia, compañeros. This is the legacy that we leave the generations to come.
Eyes on a small group of tangos.
Got eyes on the target. Let's move.
Deploying drone. So there's this army ranger on leave out in my neck of the woods, and he decided he wanted to get himself a pair of alligator boots. But you know, we're talking a ranger here. He wasn't going to go to no shoe store. No, he gets himself a knife and heads out to the bayou to get him a gator and make some boots for himself. So he gets off the highway and heads back into the country and finds a little old bait shop near the edge of the swamp. He asks the man where he can find himself a gator, and the man gives him directions into the bayou.
This doesn't end with banjo music, does it?
Just let me tell the story, okay? Anyway, the guy at the bait shop says, "Look here, while you're out there, keep an eye out for these two Marines I sent in a couple days ago. They were after gator boots too, and they should have been back by now." Ranger says he'll keep an eye out for him, and heads into the bayou. He follows the man's directions and heads way out into the swamp. When he gets to where he's going, sure enough, he sees these two Marines standing up to their waists in the water. Over on the shore nearby, there's like 20 dead gators in the mud.
That's
now,
a kill.
as the ranger watches the gator swim up to the Marines, This jarhead jumps on the gear and kills it with his knife, drags it up on the shore, flips it over, and looks at the gear's feet. He said, "Damn it! This one ain't got on no boots either."
These supplies will buy us a lot of goodwill from the rebels. Deploying drone. I'm looking at a small group
Enemy
of
activity
tangos.
nearby.
Drone is out.
Tango number 3.
You're gonna get me. Hang back.
He's dead.
We poked the hornet's nest.
Here's the deal, asshole. You answer my questions or I put a bullet in your gut and leave you to die in your own shit. ¿Lo entiendes?
Chill the fuck out, cabron. What do you want?
Amaru, where can I find him?
You serious? That's what this is about? Sure thing. He's at Atoya Farm. Go on. And you can see what we do to people who fuck with us. People...
We need to get this done in a hurry. Amaru's an old man. He's not gonna last long under torture.
We done?
Shit, if they've been working on him
Shit,
for
I
a
kinda
while,
got
there's
all
a good
excited
chance
there.
he's already dead.
Maybe, maybe not. Amaru's a major player in the rebel movement. The cartel will keep him alive as long as they can to find out what he knows.
We can't afford to take any chances. There's too much riding on this. Let's move. Let's get moving. The cartel isn't gonna wait around for us to track down and rescue Amaru.
This past year, Esperanza Santa Blanca has donated millions of dollars and hundreds of hours to aid the people in Bolivia. Most notably in the province of La Cruz. Como saben ustedes, the people there suffer through the tragedy of a devastating forest fire. Then they had to suffer through the indignity of being ignored by the government. When no one else came to their aid, Santa Blanca was there. And why do we use her to blame? Does it serve the cartel's bottom line to put the funds and the effort into helping the poor and in need? Of course not. The Lord said, inasmuch as
El sueño. The Sicarios have found the escaped prisoner in the village of Culta. What a wonderful name for a town. They were protecting him. See? The village is known to Unidad as a haven for rebels. Why do these rebels even bother? Kill them all. The whole village. Visit divine wrath upon Culta. And wipe it off the face of the earth. Claro. Al rato.
I'll drive.
There's an Air Force colonel and a Delta operator sitting next to each other on a flight out of King Khalid.
Is this the one where the Delta operator skins the Air Force colonel and wears him like a suit?
What? No, different story.
Oh man, I love that one.
Anyway, they're both headed back home after a long deployment. The Delta guy's been on the desert doing, Delta stuff, and he just wants to rack out things. But the Air Force colonel is on, like, his 8 espresso and he's in a chat. So the colonel says, hey, you want to play a game to pass the time? It's a great game, you'll love it. Here's how it works. I ask you a question. If you can't answer it, you pay me $5. Then you get to ask me a question. If I can't answer it, I pay you $500. The Delta guy sighs and thinks it over. Go ahead, he says. The colonel grins. What's the distance between Earth and Neptune, he says. The Delta operator thinks a minute. Finally, he frowns, reaches into his pocket, and hands over $5. The Air Force guy, he grins. He figures he's going to take this Delta guy for all he's worth. Your turn. The operator looks him in the eye. He says, what goes up a hill on 4 legs but comes down again on 3? Then he lowers his head and he goes back to sleep. The colonel thinks and thinks. He gets out his smartphone and scours the internet for answers, but he can't find it. He calls up his buddies back in Saudi and asks them for help, but they can't find the answer either. Finally, the colonel admits defeat, pulls out $500, wakes up the Delta guy, and hands the money over. The operator pockets the money without a word and closes his eyes again. But the colonel just can't let it go. He wakes the Delta guy up. He says, I gotta know. What goes up a hill on 4 legs but comes down again on 3? The Delta guy stares at the colonel for a second. Then he reaches in his pocket, hands the colonel $5, and goes back to sleep.
Frag out. Eat it, motherfucker. Hostiles in the air. Stay frosty.
Drone going up.
Eyes on a small group of tangos.
There's a third one.
I'm looking at a small group of tangos.
Deploying drone.
The drone is deployed.
He's down.
out of the cage.
Hold up. There's a weapons case here. Clear. How you guys holding up?
Thanks, man.
Ah, I could use this.
I can fly it.
Where are you taking me?
Back to your friends.
Entonces Pacatari has made his deal with the malditos extranjeros, the young fool.
Take it up with him, senor.
This is it. Check it out. Weapons case.
Are you hurt? Santa Blanca is not the most gracious of hosts. These Aucas, these demons they had questioning me. Let us say, their talk of love was enough to make me vomit. But their methods were not...
Were their names Yuri and Polito?
Si, Yuri Polito.
These are the fucks that tortured Ricky Sandoval while Sueño questioned him. I want them bad.
We only saw run-of-the-mill Sicarios when we freed Amaru.
But I haven't seen Yuri and Polito in at least 3 days, maybe 4. I don't know where they are now.
We need more intel.
We'll search every village and camp until we find something.
Somebody's gotta know something. Gather documents, hack computers, interrogate hostile lieutenants, talk to civvies, whatever it takes.
We'll turn over every rock. Heads up. Bowman's file on Yuri and Polito is coming through. Nice. That's the rundown on La Yuri and El Polito. They're a key part of Santa Blanca's security operation. Remember to check out Bowman's briefing on the chain of command.
Guy in charge of security is El Muro, the wall. Personal bodyguard and childhood friend to El Sueño.
El Muro's little brother is La Plaga. Nasty piece of shit. Very active on social media. Head Sicario for the cartel.
The hunt starts now. We want Sueño, we gotta work our way up the hierarchy. First targets are Yuri and Polito. We find the intel, we track them down, we take them out.
Nomad, I've got Pakatari on the line. Sounds like he needs our help.
Hola, compadre. I have a problem in Icacua. Bowman says you may be able to help. My people need help. There have been many losses to the cartel, and the horrors inflicted by Yuri and Polito have broken their spirit. The fires of revolution have almost gone out. There is a cartel supply convoy passing through the province soon. Capturing it would give my people much-needed supplies and restore their morale. Can you do this?
We're taking orders from Pakatari now?
Katari needs this convoy. We are gonna give it to him. The more he depends on us to get shit done, the more we can get out of him in return. Buckle up, people.
So how brutal is Yuri and Polito's torture anyway?
I sure as hell don't want to find out.
But I mean, obviously it's nothing as softball as waterboarding, right? I mean, we're talking permanent damage and death here.
They're also medically trained, so you have to figure there are some pharmaceuticals at work to keep their victims awake.
But see, back in the day, the real torturers didn't need drugs to keep their victims awake.
So they're amateurs.
That's obvious from how few people survive their interrogations. A real torturer, a professional. He or she is in control. He or she understands what's needed. Yuri and Polito are sloppy.
They get carried away. They do it for the fun of it, not because it's a job and not for the art. So yes, they're brutal. But not because they try to be. They're brutal because they're incompetent.
You've got a dark side hidden under that smile, don't you?
Buenas, compas. DJ Perico with the real treat for you today. It is with great pleasure that I introduce our hero in the Stetson, our saint of social media, mi compadre, La Plaga.
Hey, muchas gracias, DJ Perico. I'm really happy to be here. Chingón, carnal.
What the hell happened here?
GPS says the place is named Yo Pill.
I don't see any signs of fighting. It's just a ghost town.
I suppose either the cartel or the dogs chased everybody off. Damn, haven't seen anything like this since I was in a sandbox.
Sandbags, barbed wire, observation posts. The rebels must be giving Santa Blanca hell.
Bet these cartel assholes never thought they'd be spending their time dodging snipers and IEDs. Karma sure can be a bitch sometimes.
Hey, I found a Santa Blanca medal. This'll make a nice souvenir.
Target down.
Think I can wear this with my Class A uniform?
Down. You're giving yourself away. Hold up. They're gonna...
Yo, pendejos, stop what you're doing and give a listen to some words of wisdom from El Sueño.
A boy once asked me, what makes a good sicario? The question gave me pause. We do not recruit sicarios through job listings in the newspaper. We recruit the people we know. Amigos from la calle. Duros we might meet in prison. And we may see something in these hombres that we like. Something that has potential. But the boy who asked the question, what makes a good sicario, was asking because he wanted to know who he should be, who he should become.
Took you long enough.
Eyes on a small group of tangos. Drone is airborne. I'm looking at a small group of tangos.
We're still all right.
Eyes on a small group of tangos.
Tango knows somebody's got a lead on it. Tango down.
Round just missed him. He's looking for the source. Clear.
So cool, man. All right, we're all clear.
So an Army Ranger, a Recon Marine, a SEAL, and a Delta operator are sitting around a campfire.
Here we go.
The Ranger, being a Ranger, starts bragging about how tough he is. "You think you guys are tough?" he says. "I've parachuted behind enemy lines, done a 50-mile night march, and killed a dozen terrorists with my bare hands." The Recon Marine is like, "Man, that ain't shit. I've landed on a beach in the dark, marched 60 miles without stopping, and killed 50 terrorists with my bare hands."
Marines can talk?
That's all bullshit. Anyway, the SEAL is like, "Bitch, please. I've swam 70 miles from the submarine, landed on a beach, marched 80 miles without stopping, and then strangled a whole damn terrorist camp with my bare hands." The SEAL gives him all this big shit-eating grin and turns to the Delta operator. "Top that," he says. The Delta guy doesn't say a word. He just shakes his head and keeps on stirring the coals of the fire with his dick. That truck's hightailing it out of here.
They're driving away.
What?
Shit balls.
We're good. We're good.
We're good. Let's see if there's anything worth taking from the truck.
Bowman, you
Clear
just
over
arrived
here.
in Agua Verde.
Welcome to Narco Paradise. Agua Verde used to be a national park, but Santa Blanca turned it into a place to wine and dine VIPs. Run by this narco junior called Carzita. He brings politicians, judges, and CEOs there for relaxation and cartel-sponsored debauchery.
What's the plan?
We need to know who Sueño's making deals with. Carzita must have a guest list somewhere. You get him, you get the names.
Understood. We're on it. We got some intel from Bowman on our boy Carzita.
Hola, los más chingones. I got a new recording here from El Sueño. It's like profound, and it'll give you the good feels, way.
Why did God create man? The book of Genesis tells us that he created man in his image.
You guys seeing this?
Looks like a hell of a resort.
A cartel-owned resort.
Let's go scare off some rich folk, fuck with the cartel's tourism, and get Carzita's ass back to Agua Verde.
Some corrupt clergy would tell you that you were created to serve God. But why give you the means to
The lieutenant's escaping.
I got a narco over here.
Same damn thing. It's the only way a woman can win in our world. And if you live a life like ours, if you don't win, you're fucking dead. So even if being a bad morra doesn't feel true, if you act like it is, enough people will believe it that it will become the truth.
DJ Perico here with another winner to SB Radio's weekly Boost the Beater contest, where each week we give our lucky 10th caller a new ride. Hola, 10th caller. ¿Cuál es tu nombre?
Buenas, my name is Andres. Is this DJ Perico? Am I the 10th caller?
Sí, carnal. You're this week's winner of the Boost the Beater contest.
Well, what kind of car did I get? Or is it una troca? Shit, I need a truck. Mine got all shot to shit the other day by some fucking rebels.
No. You got something even better.
Than a car or a truck? Wow, a motorbike?
Andres, you have just won your very own lowrider. Bicycle! And let me tell you, this thing is blinging. Chrome on the handlebars and spokes, white wall tires.
What the fuck, Perico? Where the fuck am I gonna ride a lowrider bicycle around fucking Bolivia, eh? No mames! I'm in fucking Tabacal, way. This is the fucking jungle, pendejo. You expect me to roll a goddamn bicycle down el camino de la muerte? Pinche broma, cabrón.
Hello? Andrés? ¿Sigues ahí? Well, I guess we'll start over. Be our 10th caller and win this week's Boost the Beater contest.
Bowman, this is Nomad. What have you got on San Mateo?
San Mateo. Over the past few years, a lot of people have been disappearing from that province. Politicians, rebel sympathizers.
Anyone who's making life hard for the cartel.
Anybody who ain't the cartel, period. We're talking hundreds of individuals, gone without a trace. Santa Blanca is definitely behind the disappearances, but no bodies have ever been found. Find out what happened to these people. Their families need a place to start looking. Then make sure this shit stops happening.
Understood. I'll be damned. The cartel just put up a wall and turned the whole village into a prison.
What's the play?
Same as before. Get inside, find the warden's office, search it for intel on the missing people. There have to be answers behind those walls. Let's move.
I'm in! Hola, raza! This is DJ Perico coming back from That's right, brought me back, vato. I was gonna that East 38th Street hood in LA.
That truck is running off. Don't hit the truck. We need shit inside of it. We're good. We gotta go over here, see if there are any supplies. We got a bunch of leads.
Damn, that was close.
Deploying drone. I'm looking at a small group of tangos. Eyes on a small group of tangos.
I see some light panels over here.
Light panels over here.
Target 5-sided.
Tango down. Looks like we've riled them up.
That guy's history. Position.
Found a location for a cartel antenna. Added to the list of things to shut down.
Anyone else here tired of those cartel dicks chatting with each other? We can put a dent in that with this. A location of one of their network stations.
This says we can find an airdropped care package if we just look in the right place. Let's roll. Who's up for plugging a rebel radio station back in? Got the location of a dead one right here.
We'll even mark us.
We've got a 20 on Carzita's assistant. Bowman thinks taking him out will help draw Carzita back. Let's move.
No way I'm letting you drive this thing.